This is Pranav Guha Thakurta from Edu TV. Today, we have got expert panelists from the abroad education that will help the students who are planning to go and study abroad. Fine, on this lockdown period and other things because of the corona. So today we have with us Madam Aparna Mitra. She's heading Intra Overseas. She has got her office at Rohini and she had been sending students to Europe and other English-speaking countries. Then we have with us Mr. Rajiv Tandon. He's from angloschools.com. He's also sending many students abroad. He's also sending students for school level. Then we have got the famous Mr. Manik Kubba, who is from the scholarshipdekho.com, and he has been assisting students on scholarships to various countries and doing a wonderful job. What we will do, we will allow 2 minutes to everyone and how we can help the students. We'll start with Aparna. Aparna, a lot of students who have got admissions by the predicted scores, and now some exams are left. What do you think is going to happen?
This is quite an unprecedented time, and I hope trend will pass very soon. From what we have been hearing from students who have already received admits, and some of them have already made payments for the May intake, July intake, and September intake. The September intakes are still on as far as universities are concerned. There were quite a few confirmed admissions for the May and the June intakes, which have been currently deferred by majority of the universities. So most of the universities have deferred those intakes and are moving the admissions to September. Now, because the situation right now is quite fluid, the universities are keeping in touch with the students on a regular basis. The students can be assured that A, their admissions are secure, and B, if they have paid any deposit, that deposit is secure as well. So in terms of their admission and their funds, it is safe. However, the certain date of admissions is a bit fluid, and they have to keep up with all the information and notifications that they get from the universities.
Great. Mr. Mane, and the students who have gone through you and got some scholarships, still exams are pending. What do you think? What is going to happen in future for them?
Let me tell you the situation right now. So there is no change in the admission process, no change in the deposits. There is no change from universities onto any angle. Okay, they are continuing as usual, granting admissions, granting scholarships, and the students have also not delayed the plan. Just give me. The students have also not postponed their plans, not cancelled their plans. Just wait and watch right now. They will see for next 1-2 months what's going to happen. There has been no issue at all with admissions or scholarships anywhere. Predicted scores are done with, and that is how the admissions are being made.
Yeah, Mr. Rajiv, how will the students be able to take July or the September back?
Okay, thank you, Pranav. I think I've been watching your Edu TV, on YouTube. I think this is a very good initiative you are doing.
Thank you so much.
In this hour where we are, all stuck at home, but it is being very well utilized in terms of knowledge sharing.
Yes.
So I must really appreciate you and Tanya for these initiatives. Okay, I think both Aparna Manik have summarized very well. However, I'd like to add is that we are getting into some uncharted territories right now. We do not know how much is going to last. We understand the universities very well. They need Indian students, they need foreign students, and their finances do not work without the foreign students. So they are right now, as they are saying, we are continuing with this intakes. They're issuing the letters. However, we do not know whether situations will really improve or by September or not. Of course, as Aparna mentioned, the May intake is gone. Most of the students have been receiving letters that is now shifted to September. Similarly, some few June intakes have also got same experiences. I would like to add one more thing. Maybe this is helpful to the other team members. that we have an office in London, and one of my partners who had met the universities informed me that, in case the things do not work out even by September, then the contingency plan they have in mind is that they may start in online in September.
Okay, good.
So some universities, it's not a generic thing, but this is what the plan is debated with some universities in which my partner spoke to. So let's say if the situation improves in November, the students can start the September session in November, having done September and October online. So that's one option being thought of. The second option being thought of is that maybe the September intake may also get cancelled or moved to Jan intake, and they may make the Jan a bit longer so that the time lost is covered up. So there could be some restructuring of the semesters to take care of that. So this is very obvious that they need the students, and there is a tendency, there is a feeling to accommodate and restructure their programs to accommodate the students. However, nobody knows right now. They are governed by government orders. If the government says, ban travel, ban students, so that's a risk everybody is to live with.
I'd just like to add to
Please, Aparna.
what Rajiv ji has just mentioned. As you know, we have an office in London as well. And 2 or 3 things that the universities are seriously contemplating. One is the pre-sessional English that can be taught online. The second is university foundation programs. So a lot of companies like Into, Cambridge Education Group, so they are also thinking of creating certain modules, or at least the English ELT element of the foundation programs to be taught online so that they can kind of cover some of the time. The trend that we have noticed, especially for educators and also for students who will be applying in the future, is that even though as Manik indicated, there is no change in the application. The admission team is working from home. They've got the only thing for UK specifically, I would say, the only thing they are unable to do is issue CAS, because that is, of course, you have to do it from a secured login, which you cannot do remotely. So apart from that, all the other factors are being covered by the international office, by the admission office, and they are working. And in terms of the turnaround time as well, it is more or less unaffected. So we are not finding any glitches in terms of the admission process. But what this will definitely do is bring a bottleneck effect, the kind of effect that we saw in Canada about 2 years ago, that there was a shift in the July intake. All the admissions started moving to the September intake, and the traffic of students also increased intake per intake. Now with UK, it is a bit of a double whammy, because they've just announced the 2-year post-study work visa. So there will be a lot of students who will be naturally applying to get that opportunity, and also there will be a movement from the July intake. So all the students who we were hoping to kind of get admissions and pass on in May and June, they will all shift to September. So the traffic is going to monumentally increase. So my advice to students would be, whoever has got their paperwork at place, do not wait for the trend to get over. Apply now.